Here is go back.
And welcome everybody. It is Friday morning and about of halfway to Halloween. What is going on? So, looking at the YouTube over here, it looks like there's some issues going on with YouTube, I think. For some reason, it's not loading the stream properly. But it is, so I really don't know what's going on over there. But we are live. I'm live right now on Twitch, Kick, and on YouTube as well. I would be live on TikTok, but there's an issue. So yesterday, if you joined me for yesterday's stream of Alien Isolation, I was live last night, and I guess I must have said something that was against quote-unquote TikTok's guidelines or something. And they said I violated their community guidelines and I ended my stream early yesterday. I was trying to figure out why. Hey, what's going on, Hoyt? What's going on, buddy? So yeah, we're not live on TikTok right now for, let's see, until the 24th. So yeah, we're not live on TikTok for a week. I just appealed it. So I'm waiting to hear back from TikTok to see if they will reinstate my live on there and reinstate for me going live on there. Which is ridiculous though. Appeal approved. Nice. Damn, if I would have waited a couple more minutes, I would be live on TikTok. God damn. Ain't that some shit. My appeal was approved for going live again. What was the thing? What was the whole thing? We believe the inclusive community and individual expression without fear of abuse, whatever the fuck that is. So it originally flagged my stream yesterday, and it's a game-based stream. It's a game. They added a new strike yesterday for a recent violation. And they said it was hateful speech and hateful behaviors. I was playing a fucking game. I was playing a horror sci-fi game. And they flagged it for hateful behaviors. But I appealed it. And everything looks like it is kosher. Everything is good. I should be able to go live once again on TikTok. But right now the stream is not on TikTok. It is what it is. So I do have a game that I'm going to stream either later on today or tomorrow. Many, many thanks to the Hydrant. I was telling him about this game that just came out today, which is A Quiet Place. It is on Xbox, Steam, and PS5 right now. If you got any of those platforms, you can download it. It came out today. And it's only $30. I told Hydra it was out. And he loved the movies. I've seen the first two movies. I didn't see the most recent one. I still got to see it. But he loved it, and they are pretty good movies. You know, Quiet Place, they're really good horror movies. And the game just came out, so, you know, many thanks to the Hydrant. He actually gifted me a copy of it, in a sense. So he's going to buy it when he gets home, and he bought me a copy. So many thanks to the Hydro out there. You know, so we'll definitely be playing that. However, it's not a multiplayer game. It is a single player game, so if you guys are thinking about, you know, playing multiplayer with it, you know, maybe if you're in the same room with each other, I guess, I don't know. TikTok's probably one of the worst and cringiest sites of all time. I wouldn't say that, like, it's got its ups and downs. It does have a lot of good videos on there that I have found, but the biggest problem with TikTok is it caters more to the liberal left than anybody else, and it censors anybody that speaks truth, anybody that speaks fact, anybody that just talks about anything that's not related to Democrats or whatever. You know, in a sense, they want you to quote unquote behave, or they'll flag you or whatever. You know, so it's like you can have somebody on there saying, "Oh, death to Donald Trump, death to Donald Trump," and they would get away with it. But if you say, fuck Joe Biden, fuck Kamala, the pieces of fucking shit, guess what? They're going to fucking flag you and ban you and all kind of shit and say, oh, that's hateful behavior, it's hateful behavior. And it's like, whatever. But I did find a lot of interesting videos on there, too, that I'm going to be covering today, including the Fox News interview with Kamala Harris the other night. I was meant to watch the whole thing, but I didn't get around to it. I only got certain segments. Now, when it comes to Biden or Harris in general, I just can't stand either of them. I hate them both. I really do. I really do hate them both. And I cannot stand to watch anything with either of them the way they are. Just the way they lie. I can't sit through any of it. They lie so fucking much about, you know, the election, about them being in office. Yeah, then there's idiots on there that do these challenges. I mean, challenges are alright, but then they have challenges. You got people that are doing, like, weird shit, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what was it, 5 years ago, where people were eating Tide Pods and shit? And they're like, let's put a packet of detergent in our mouth and see if it busts open. Like, you know what? If you're of this new generation that does shit like that, you're going to put laundry detergent in your mouth and chew it and see if it busts open. I hate to say it, but you do deserve you deserve to die that way. I'm sorry to say you deserve what you get. If stupid people that do stupid shit should end up with stupid results, you know, like you're gonna sit there and you're gonna eat a Tide Pod, something that is that's like. Let's do the one bullet challenge, you know, like how they did in the Old West, you know. Let's do the Russian roulette challenge. I'm going to have a buddy of mine get a fucking 6-shot revolver, and we're going to fucking film it. We're going to do it live. Just imagine, okay? Just imagine you got 2 or 3 idiots doing a TikTok live session, and they got a camera set up, and they got a revolver, a 6-shot revolver, 1 shot in it. Imagine them playing Russian roulette live on camera, and whoever pulls the trigger blows their brains out live on it. And then they're like, oh, well, he lost. That's the end of today's live. Thank you for coming. Just imagine that fucking shit, you know? Remember the Gorilla Glue Lady? I don't think I've ever heard of the Gorilla Glue Lady. I really don't. It doesn't even really sound familiar. Like, there's a lot of challenges and a lot of fads on there that I've never followed. Like, only the main ones that probably stuck out is the ones that maybe I see on Facebook or something, and I've always tended to those. Well, that's like, what was it, back in the day, if anybody remembers the Sharkeisha videos, and I mentioned this at work a few years ago, and nobody remembers, almost 10 years, I think it was 10 years ago, or just about 10 years ago, there was a video that floated around on social media that was viral, and it was this girl, Sharkeisha, and I think Sharkeisha was the one that, I can't remember if she was the one that got beat or did the beating. It was like the slap heard across the world, you know. She just walked up to this girl who was wearing glasses and was just like, bah! And you heard that shit, the fucking Sharkeisha slap. There was that. And then there was the two girls that were fighting over something. I forgot what it was. One girl ran off, and the other girl was chasing her. And the girl that ran off first, she turned around and came back with a shovel. And the other girl started running, so she threw the shovel at the one girl and clunked her in the head with it. And you heard it's like, thunk. It knocked her out. She put Gorilla Glue in her hair. Oh, okay. Now, no. Yeah, I heard about that. I remember that shit. Wow. Who the fuck does stupid shit like that? You're gonna put fucking Gorilla Glue in your head. You might as well wax your body with silver tape or duct tape. You know what? Here's a challenge. Okay, anybody out there listening to this, whether live or after the fact, okay, if you're one of those that like to do these certain challenges, I got a challenge for you. Get yourself a roll of Gorilla duct tape, like strong fucking duct tape, and just fucking cover your body with the shit, and then just yank it off. Just fucking yank it off in one fucking go. There you go. Just yank it the fuck off. That's all you need to do. Or how about this? I got a good one for you. How about challenge pissing? There you go. Let's do that, guys. Okay, the gals can't do it. I'm sorry. I don't think women can shoot straight up in the air, but guys can. All right, how about to the guys? Do a challenge. Challenge pissing. Whip your Peters out. Okay, and then shoot your piss straight up into the fucking air and hope it doesn't land on you. If it doesn't land on you, you win. You know, if it lands on you, you lose. You know, there you go. Home with challenge pissing. In fact, I got a video that goes along with that. And I was just playing it for a buddy of mine last night. And let me see if I can find it here real quickly. It's hilarious because we were talking about something in Baltimore last night. You know, I live south of Baltimore, and there's this commercial. It's a fake commercial that was put out decades ago, and they said it aired on TV in Baltimore. You know, it was a Baltimore commercial, but it was banned, you know, for its content. Let me see if I can find it here. It's called Big Bill Hell's. Big Bill Hell's car. Now, you won't be able to see it, but just listening to it is like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass.
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Bring your tray.
Bring your title.
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her.
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike.
to Big Bill Hell.
Home of challenge pissing.
That's right.
Challenge pissing.
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait.
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off.
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off.
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell.
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest.
And exclusive home of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
Guaranteed.
I'll put that on Twitter if you want to actually watch it. So, yeah, Hoyt, if you want to watch that, I'll put it on Twitter. I'll tweet it out there so you can check it out later on for yourself. It's just hilarious. It's like a advertised car commercial, but with that playing in it. So let's put the link out there for it. There we go. That way you can check it out later. It's on the Twitter right now. I'm going to put it in Discord also. So I'm pretty sure people want to check it out in Discord. So if you guys are listening, you can catch it in the Discord. I'm going to put it in the main chat here. Trying to keep it alive and well. But yeah, those are the good old days commercials right there and all. Yeah. So anyway, guys, it is 15 minutes in. I am sorry I did an abrupt speech there about TikTok and all. But yeah, welcome to the Tune In Live podcast show this morning. It is October 18th. We are halfway through the month of October. I swear to God, this month has gone by so goddamn fast. I mean, it's just gone by literally too goddamn fast for me, and I haven't even really gotten much time to really enjoy shit, really, or do anything. Like, I have a ritual every year it's a traditional ritual. You know, like usually around the first of the month, you know, I would take the kids out. You know, we would watch classic Halloween cartoons and shit like that on the TV. You know, like Charlie the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and you know a few other Halloween shows or shows based around Halloween and such. And one of the biggest ones for me that I love watching every year is the full length video for Michael Jackson's Thriller. And it's like, I love the song, I really do. And it's just, I can listen to Thriller any time of the year, on the radio. And around Halloween, in October, the perfect time to watch Thriller. It's the perfect time to watch the Thriller, music video. It's like 15 minutes long. It's just the perfect thing. I don't even know if Michael Jackson realized that he made a song that just got so popularized around a certain holiday, that people celebrate every single year. That album was fantastic, his Thriller album, but just that song alone it's a phenomenal hit, and it's definitely something to watch and listen to, around the Halloween season. And there's so many good, Halloween related songs out there that I heard a couple of them on the radio. One of the biggest ones that usually people remember is Monster Mash. It's an old 1960-some song. It's still played to this day. It's still enjoyed. People listen to Ghostbusters. And I have just like a select, just a select set of songs, that I like listening to. Like, not just only those, but, songs like Werewolves of London by Warren Zevon, or Witchy Woman by the Eagles, God, there's quite a few others, like Halloween's usually the time for people to party, adults party, teenagers party, kids, they like to, tell ghost stories and read spooky books and go trick-or-treating and such, and that's what I like. I like to be able to do something with not just friends of mine, just like ghost hunting and shit, but I like to do something with the kids, because the month of October, it's my favorite month. And when it comes to like the last 3 months, when it comes to holidays, like I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is maybe it's tied with number one for Halloween, and Christmas, it definitely falls in like third place for me. I love Christmas. I love the music. I love the traditions and stuff. I may not be all about gift receiving much anymore, because I'm an adult. When you're a child, kids are all about receiving gifts. That's the biggest thing. You wait until Christmas. It's like one whole month. You got to wait until you get all these brand new gifts at the end of the year. It's like, what are mommy and daddy getting me? What Santa get me? That kind of thing. And it's like when you're an adult, and Santa, there ain't no Santa Claus. You're the one playing Santa Claus and shit. But it's like, I'm not all for receiving gifts. I mean, I do accept gifts, that kind of thing. But for me, it's just the season, listening to the music, watching movies and shows, and the overall, just the atmosphere outside. It's nice and cold. It's crisp air. Winter's coming. My music teacher played Monster Mash back in like the 3rd or 4th grade. Yeah, it's still played to this day. It's still, actually, my buddy Brandon, he stopped by my work last night. He paid me a visit. He was blaring that shit in his Tesla and all. I don't know if he did a video for TikTok or something and uploaded it, but I was like, whatever. I was just doing a video for TikTok where I was hearing some weird noises coming from over yonder where I work at, and I was like, what the hell's that screeching sound? I don't know, little videos like that I'll post on TikTok, and I'll get like a shit ton of views on them. Probably like a ton more views than I do on YouTube, but I do get views on YouTube as well. But yeah, so these months are going by fast. We're halfway through October. I figure tonight I'm going to do stuff with the kids and some family. We're going to sit around. I got to get some s'mores. We're going to make some fucking s'mores out by the fire pit, put the projector on, watch some, Charlie Brown, watch some classic stuff, just the good old Halloween shit. That's what I want to do. And I even told Mel, I want to put Halloween on the projector, and we sit out, with the fire going, and just watch Halloween. You know, the original Halloween. That's what I want to do. I want to be able to sit out in my backyard where it's like 50-some degrees outside. It's sweater weather. You know, it's sweater or jacket weather. You know, sit there with the fire going, projector going, watching Halloween and shit. I think that's what I'm going to do tonight, you know. And then tomorrow, you know, I'm going to sit there and stream for a few hours. You know, like I said, I'm going to stream the game A Quiet Place, probably stream something else. Me and Hydra will probably stream some Phasmophobia or something. I don't know. So if you guys follow him, you know, we're definitely going to do something. That's another thing I want to mention to you guys too. If you follow video games, if you follow our Twitch, not Twitch, if you follow our Twitter, and if you're on Discord, the game Phasmophobia is finally coming to console. Yes, so if you don't have a PC and you want to play Phasmophobia, but if you got a console, it's coming to Xbox Series console and PS5. And it's going to be cross-play, I believe, with each other, including PC. And it's one of those games where you can play up to 4 people, you know, live, you know, on multiplayer. So I'm waiting for that. You know, I play it a lot on PC, but I'm definitely waiting for console because I have a couple people that want to play it on console. So I'm be interested in seeing how that plays out. So that is supposed to release the 29th. So almost, a week and a half left. So it's going to come out on the 29th, just in time for Halloween. It's going to be a Halloween event. I'm going to see about streaming that Halloween event. Me and Hydra are going to do it. We're going to take care of the event. Usually those events last, I don't know, a couple hours, depending on what the event is and what you do. Sometimes it takes us one whole sit-down session of like 2 hours. Sometimes it takes us a couple days, you know, depending. But yeah, we're definitely going to look into that. So we'll try to stream that for you guys. Whew. So, let's go ahead and touch in on the home stretch, shall we? Now, there is something I want to bring up, and I got to share this link to my Facebook chat. You know what's amazing about Facebook? So, I can send pictures, I can send web links to myself on Facebook from my phone. You would have never thought you could text yourself from yourself, you know, but it happens. You know, you can send messages from yourself to yourself. It's even an option on phones now too, which is weird, because many years ago, and I'm sitting there, you know, my buddy JT, he was receiving messages from fucking spirits beyond the grave and shit. It's like, what the hell? You know? They were coming from his phone to his phone. So here we go. I'm going to put this link in the Discord. If I can find the icon for Discord, there we go. Alrighty, if you follow us on Discord, guys, it's going to be under Tuned In Live Scraps, where the podcast leftovers are. And this web link is esd.whs.mil. Now, what does that mean? So, this is the Washington Headquarters Services. It's a governmental website. It's public domain. It's open to the public. It's a website. This is the Department of Defense website for DoD insurances. Now, what does insurances mean? I'm going to play a video for you guys. And this video, this is how I found it. And you guys are going to want to listen to this too. Now, where is that video? Is it this one? I want to say it's this one.
2024. I just got done watching the interview between Kamala Harris and Bret Baier on Fox. That pretty much ended her career, I would say. When I play these clips, I want you to notice that...
Nope, hold on, that wasn't it. Was it this one? Holy shit. Okay, so apparently the video that I had, it looks like they took it down. But there is a directive, I'm going to look it up, DoD Directive 5240.01. Let me see, 5240.01. Will it take me to that? Directive 5240. Okay, here it is. So, if you guys are interested in learning about what our government is doing with our U.S. military. So this was effective, and this is a directive from the Department of Defense, effective September 27th, 2024. And I know Hydro told me that they were already talking about doing this, when Obama was in, when, before, Trump took over and all that stuff. But this is a new document. It's effective recently, where it says, okay, so the posting is, as of September 27th, 2024, the U.S. military has been granted use of lethal force on United States citizens. And somebody posted on a video, United States military will never turn their backs on citizens. Well, apparently they are. And I really wish I could find that video, but like I said, it got taken down. That's sad. And I'm glad I found a document, though. I really did. So I'm going to read it to you guys. DoD Directive 5240.01. Now, what I'm going to do here, and people will probably think, "Oh Christ, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna, the government's gonna come out and be like, you know too much. Yeah, well, fuck it." This document is going into not only the podcast leftovers, guys, but I know Hoyt. I know you're not on Discord. I know you probably want to see it. I'm going to try to upload it here onto Twitter real quick. For some reason, Microsoft Edge does not like copy and pasting web links on certain websites. I don't know what it is. Alright, so here we go. Now, Hoyt, if you want to check it out, I just posted it. It's the posting right before Big Bill Hell's cars. Okay, so that's where it is. And for everybody else that's listening, it's on our Twitter. It's on our Discord. If you guys want to read along, click on it. Check it out. Let's read it together. The DoD Directive 5240.01. The DoD intelligence and intelligent-related activities and defense intelligence component assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Originating component, Office of the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security, effective September 27th, 2024. Releasability, cleared for public release, available on the Directives Division website, which is what we're reading it from right now. Reissues and cancels, DoD Directive 5240.01, DoD Intelligence Activities, August 27th, 2007, as amended. So it was amended first back in 2007. Who was in office in 2007? That's right. Good old Barack Obama. And that's what Jeff was telling me, that this was already in place at one point. Sorry, I got something fucking tongue. Jesus Christ. But that's what Jeff meant when he was telling me about it was already in place, or it was amended already. Incorporates and cancels. DoD 5240.1-R. Procedures governing the activities of DoD intelligence components that affect United States persons, December 7th, 1982, as amended. This was approved by Kathleen Hicks, Deputy Secretary of Defense. Well, that's almost like Bush. Bush, he was out of office by 2004, I believe. Or was it? No, it was 2000. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was 2000. Was it 2008? Yeah, it was. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are right, Hoyt. You are right. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2007. So it was under Bush. Okay, yeah, because Bush had 2 terms. Or wasn't? Yeah, he had 2 terms. That's right. Obama came in 2008. And he lasted to 16. That's right. You are right, Hoyt. Thanks for paying. Yeah, thanks for letting me know that. So I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, was it under Obama? No, it was under Bush. Bush was still in office for that. That's right. Yeah, Bush was pretty crooked anyway. Nobody liked Bush, really. So yeah, the purpose of the issuance was implements executive orders 12333 and 13388 and Title 50 of the United States Code establishes policy and provides direction for DoD intelligence and intelligence-related activities, assigns responsibilities, and provides guidelines for defense intelligence, components intelligence assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire thing here because this is a long document. It even has a fucking table of contents to it, so I'm like, holy shit. But there is one thing I was trying to figure out where it was that I wanted to check out. I think I have it on Twitter. I think I took a picture of it and put it on Twitter. I can't remember. There was one part of it that, you know, tickled my fancy, and I posted it somewhere. I'm trying to remember if it was on Twitter or if it was on, might be on Discord. Let me see here. It might be on the Discord. If I can go back to Discord here, because I posted it in Hydro's Discord. God damn it! There's so many posts to go back on. God damn. Let's see. Things keep fucking. No, that's the same one. Yeah, that's the same one that I got from TikTok. Shit. Okay. So there was one part of the article that I wanted to see, and I don't remember where it was, but I think I'm at it. Let's see. The applicability. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see, I'm trying to find it. There's something in this document. Let's see. Insurances does not apply. Okay, so the insurances, whatever this is, the applicability for this insurance. This insurance does not apply to activities conducted by the National Geospatial Intelligence Agencies pursuant in Section 442 of Title 10, which is humanitarian assistance, disaster readiness, response, recovery, maritime and aeronautical safety of navigation, environmental and security vulnerability studies, mapping, charting, and geodetic missions, and other similar activities not consulting foreign intelligence or counterintelligence. Let's see. Support of civil authorities or civilian law enforcement agencies conducted in accordance with DODD 3025.18 DOD instruction, including when such support is provided by defense intelligence components, units, personnel, and assets. The use of animals in DoD conducted and supported research, development, tests, and evaluation or training conducted in accordance with DoD. So I'm guessing, what does this say? Okay. So for all of this, what I just read, I skipped over a good bit of it. Like I said, there's a lot that I'm not going to cover, but there is a lot of important pieces in this article. And for the applicability, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It says this insurance applies to OSD, the military departments, the office of the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staffs and the Joint Staff, the combatant commands, the Office of Inspector General of the Department of Defense, the defense agencies, the DoD field activities, and all other organizations and entities within the Department of Defense. Any DoD component, when conducting the training of personnel to perform intelligence duties or activities, any use of trade crafts as defined in this insurance, to conduct the conduct of the research, development, testing, and evaluation for the purpose of developing intelligence capabilities and any other intelligence-related and sensitive activities and related matters subjects to the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security exercise of the Secretaries of Defense's delegated authority, direction, and control within the DoD directive. I'm looking through. I need to skim through for what I recently just read about, though. Because there is something in here about using like martial law or something against civilians. You know, using the military against them or something. Let's see. There's the policy. I'm just skimming through here. Intelligence collections, analysis, sharing, dissemination capability derived from intelligence. There's just so much to cover, and I don't want to read the entire document, though. But if you guys want to read the document, like I said, it's on Twitter, it's on Discord if you guys want to check it out. What's this? The contract of arrangement or arrangements. See, I'm guessing it's pronounced... it might be. I'm guessing that's probably what it is. Actually, let me take that word and put it into a translator here. Let me get Google Translate. I might have it correct. I don't know, but let's see. Google Translate. Enter this word.
Applicability.
Applicability. That's what I figured it was.
Applicability.
So I did have it right. Okay. Applicability. Blah. I did have it right. Okay. I should have did that in the first place. What is this? The contract or arrangement is for routine goods and services necessary for the support of approved activities such as credit cards, car rentals, travel, lodging, meals, rental of office space, and commercial communications or information technologies and such. Let's see. There is a written determination of or approval of a cover plan, annex, or amendment by the Defense Intelligence Component head or delegate. Let's see. Research involving human subjects must be done with the accordance of DoD I 3216.02. Let's see. The Defense Intelligence Components will only conduct or provide support for the conduct of covert activities in times of war declared by Congress during a period covered by a report from the President to the Congress in accordance with Public Law 93-148, or when such actions have been approved by the President, directed by the Secretary of Defense. No DoD civilian employee or member of the armed forces will engage in or conspire to engage in assassination. Well, assassination, huh? What recently just happened, huh? I don't think the team that was sent to protect Trump, I don't think they were DoD, but let's just say, like, okay, under this influence, and let's read that again, no Department of Defense civilian employee or member of the armed forces will engage in or conspire to engage in assassination. What if? Just what if, with what happened to Trump, not once, but twice, maybe 3 times, and probably a 4th time, what if it's something that has to do with the Department of Defense? It may be possible. It may be possible, like, why is this being brought up today? You know, people are talking about, okay, as effective of September 27th, the U.S. military has been granted to use lethal force on U.S. citizens. And everything is getting closer and closer to the election time. So the Democrats, they're scrambling really hard and really fast to try to get Kamala rigged in there. Like, Kamala she just made a complete fool of herself, but they're still going to get her in there. They still need somebody in there. And there's a lot more on that coming up later on, especially shit that's involving Barack Obama. We'll definitely cover that fucking piece of shit too. Let's see here. What is this? No Defense Intelligence or CI component will request any person or entity to undertake intelligence activities that do not follow the procedures described in DoD M5240.01 and such. I'm not quite seeing it here, but maybe, like I said, I would have to really read and skim through this document in whole. But there is something in here. Let's see. Under the USD, which is the responsibilities of this issuance, Let's see, provides guidance for the conduct of DoD intelligence and intelligence-related activities and serves as the DoD lead for DoD participation in such activities. Serves as the point of contact for the Secretary of Defense and Defense Intelligence components regarding DoD intelligence and intelligence-related activities, which is or with the U.S. government entities and agencies, including the National Security Council, the Office of Director for National Intelligence, the Homeland Security Council, the Department of the Treasury, State Justice and Homeland Security, the IC, and Congress. I'm surprised I don't see the NSA in there. And I know that gets thrown around, or used to get thrown around quite a bit, and people will be like, well, what's NSA? Isn't that the Space Shuttle Program? Like, no, that's NASA. NSA is the National Security Agency. NSA monitors global activity, especially a lot of shit over here in the U.S. Just like the CIA, but I think the NSA is a much more higher up with the security clearance and security level. In a sense, much more applicable than the CIA is. Now, when I bring up the NSA, and probably not a lot of people know this or remember it, but there was a guy his name was Edward Snowden, and I watched the movie too. There was a documentary. I forgot who played the role of Snowden, but the movie was called Snowden. It was a story about him. He was a conspiratist or a conspiracy theorist. Yeah, I guess you can call that a conspiracy theorist. He got a job with the NSA when he was young, and he was heavy into computer tech. And that's what he did. He did a lot of computer work and stuff. But then he started realizing and come to the conclusion that the NSA was using their own technology to spy on the American citizens, which they still are today. They use their own technology, which was supposed to be used in foreign-related activities, to make sure that, they're trying to uncover terroristic acts. Like if somebody's over here threatening the president or something, like let's say somebody has a conversation over the phone and it's related to the president or anybody in Congress or an office or whatever, then they can say, okay, we got them. They're right here. We trace the phone. We trace the computer. Let's go get them. That kind of thing. Da da da. But then again, they've gotten a lot sloppy here within the last few years, haven't they? Especially recently with the assassination attempts. Like come on, the guy that first tried to assassinate Trump at a rally. That fucking idiot. It's like, how the fuck did he get on the roof? How the fuck was he not even really noticed by people? But, he was noticed, but, they weren't told to take the shot. They were told not to take a shot until whatever, But apparently this kid had issues for about a year. This kid was on the radar for a year. So why didn't he do anything, So a lot of this shit is very shady. But yeah, Snowden, he was the one that exposed NSA for spying on people. They're watching you through your webcams or your cell phone cams. They're listening to you through your speakers, your microphones. Like right now, they're listening to this whole conversation. I'm surprised I don't have helicopters flying in here, knocking down the doors and shit and say, you're saying too much, you're going with us. I'm waiting for that. I truly am, because the government, the media, they don't want you speaking of any of this shit to anybody. They don't want any of this information out there. And it's one of those things where it's like, if too much gets out there, you're going to be under jail. You're not going to be in jail. You're going to be somewhere. You're going to be fucking, what was his name? Jimmy Hoffa? Yeah, you're going to be Jimmy fucking Hoffa. They still ain't found that motherfucker. I think he's fucking bouldered down to the bottom of the fucking ocean. He's probably down there under the fucking Titanic. Who knows? That motherfucker just up and disappeared. Remember that shit? But yeah, I don't see the NSA in here anywhere. But then again, the DoD is basically the NSA anyway. The Department of Defense. State, tribal, and local agencies, when working with the National Guard, entities whose personnel are in the state active duty or Title 32 USC duty status, the USD will act in conjunction with the Chief National Guard Bureau in accordance with DoD 5105.77. Let's see here. Promotes coordination, cooperation, and information sharing and cross-service management of DoD intelligence and intelligence-related activities within the DoD and between the DoD and other federal department agencies. Facilities consultation on DoD policy regarding defense intelligence components, intelligence assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities with appropriate federal departments and agencies, state, local, and tribal agencies, and all DoD components. Let's see here. I might be getting closer to it. I'm not too sure. I just wish I had that video. I should have downloaded the video. That's what I should have did. I should have downloaded it. But basically, somewhere within this document, it states that there's a possibility of anything that may arise. They can use the military to pretty much go to town on civilians. Basically. Let's see, that's not it right there. Perform mission. But yeah, like I said, it's somewhere within here. It really is. Permissible assistance. Maybe it's under here. God, where's that video when I fucking need it? It might be under here. Okay, so I'm under the permissible assistance. In accordance to Section 2.6 of EO, as amended, unless otherwise precluded by such EO or applicable law, presidential directive, other EO or policy, and except as indicated in paragraphs 1.1b and 3.1, the issuance of the following defense intelligence component, intelligence assistance of any federal department or agency, including federal law enforcement agencies, or to the state or local law enforcement agency where lives are in danger, are authorized. Cooperating with appropriate law enforcement agencies to protect the IC's employees, information, property, and facilities of any element, unless otherwise precluded by law or EO 12333, participating in law enforcement activities to investigate, prevent clandestine intelligence. I guess that's the word. I guess that's how it's pronounced. Activities by foreign powers or their agents, international terrorist activities, or international narcotics activities. Providing specialized equipment, technical knowledge, or assistance of expert personnel for use of or used by any federal department or agency, or when lives are in danger, to support state and local law enforcement agencies. When lives are in danger, rendering any other lawful assistance to law enforcement agencies or other civil authorities provide such assistance is consistent with and has been approved by the official pursuant in Section 2 of this issuance. The hell am I picking here? I'm picking something off to the side. Such official will ensure that the legal office of the providing DoD component concurs in such assistance. I think this is pretty much where it's indicating it, that the military can come in and use their force against civilians in a certain matter. I think that's what it pretty much means. Like when something gets out of hand, like let's say a riot, when a riot gets out of hand, that's probably when they'll use military force to come in and actually work against the civilians in a sense. Here we go. Levels of authority. That's probably what I'm looking for right here. Secretary of Defense approval. The Secretary of Defense may approve any type of requested permissible assistance described in paragraph 3.2. The decision to approve requests for these type of permissible assistance described in 3.2 to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities are reserved to the Secretary of Defense. Provision of personnel to support response efforts for civil disturbances, which may also require presidential authorization. DoD response to chemical, biological, radiological, nuclear, and high-yield explosive incidents. Assistance in responding with assets to potential for lethality or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. It also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated, such as the use of force. Such use of force must be in accordance with DoD 5210.56, potentially as further restricted based on the specifics of the requested support. Provision or use of DoD unmanned systems in the United States except as delegated by the Secretary of Defense pursuant to the October 31st, 2023 Secretary of Defense memorandum. I don't even pronounce that. So there that is right there. There's some more after that. But yeah, let's see. Lethality. Okay, lethality. Approval considerations. The extent in which the assistance it provides involves the potential use of lethal force. Risk. The threat of providing the assistance will pose to the safety of both the general public and defense intelligence components workforce, including any personnel providing the assistance and potential compromise of critical information and sources of methods as identified through the application of the operations security cycle outlined in the National Security Presidential Memorandum 28 as implemented in DoD 5205.02e. The costs. The source of funding, mechanisms for reimbursement, and the effect of the provision of assistance in the Defense Intelligence Components budget. Such assistance may be provided on a non-reimbursable basis only if authorized by law and if required approval in accordance with the issuance. And there's a lot more to this. If you guys want to read up on it, like I said, the document is on Twitter. Is on. Yeah, sounds like a GTA plot. It really does. It really does. Like, this is in play. This was implemented last month. So I see what they're trying to focus on here, because look in the past 10, 15 years, well, anywhere at that, we've always had some kind of riot, always had some kind of, breakdown, with the public. And there was a few instances, like, let's say in the state of Maryland, okay? Freddie Gray was killed by police, back in 2014, 2015, somewhere around there, And there was riots in Baltimore. There was riots anywhere. Whenever a black person is killed or mistreated badly by a police officer and there's no justice brought to them, those cities, they end up in flames. All for no reason. It should be the family of that person should be, they should be the ones that are angry and need to do something. Not a whole town burning, a lot of idiots burning a town to the ground. It's like you're not really voicing yourselves about a certain person that it affected. Like, what are you fucking mad about? Like, somebody that you all don't know was murdered or, incredibly abused by the system. They just want an excuse. They want an excuse to be able to go out and cause riots, you know, to benefit them. Yeah, especially, summer of 2020. Yeah, George Floyd, the whole fucking George Floyd thing. Look at the riots then. Fucking Biden wasn't doing any goddamn thing. Well, I don't think Biden didn't come in. I don't think he didn't come in until 2021 or something like that. But, you know, we were dealing with the C-19 pandemic around that time, you know? It's like, all this shit was going on. And the government didn't want to do anything about it. The states didn't want to do anything about it. Like with Maryland, with Freddie Gray, we had Governor Hogan at the time, a Republican governor. Yes, he did some shit that was very questionable that a lot of Maryland citizens did not like. But I will say, when it came to Maryland, when those riots broke out, he called in the National Guard. And he made sure that they were out there doing their job, because the police couldn't do anything. The police weren't allowed to do anything. You know, the mayor told them to stand down, let these motherfuckers do what they want. It's like, no, we're not risking burning Baltimore to the fucking ground. So he calls in the National Guard. He puts a curfew in for all them motherfuckers. And he said, if anybody's out past curfew, your ass is getting arrested and jailed and fined. And you know what? It worked. Because Governor Hogan, he did it the right way. But where this influence comes in, and I'm starting to see it after I'm realizing it, is they don't want a repeat of the infamous January 6th. Oh my fucking God, the thing that they want to be fucking haunted. They want it to haunt everybody for life. Yeah, 2020 was some gayness. Yep, that too. The whole LGBT bullshit, the whole George Floyd bullshit, all that stuff. But I could see, after reading all of this, they implemented this just so there is not another January 6th. Because they're probably sitting there thinking, oh, Kamala's got this in the bag. She's going to win the election. Kamala's going to win. There's going to be another January 6th because Donald Trump's going to cry. And he's going to send his MAGA supporters to hurt us all again in D.C. But you know what? It came out this year where Pelosi admitted that Trump offered support that day. He offered them support and extra security. Pelosi and them idiots turned it down. All that shit came out. It all came out. I covered it. Well, I forgot what episode it was, but I did cover it. So I didn't want to say January 6th was all Trump's fault. Trump didn't incite shit. He told people to go protest peacefully. Let me tell you something. Trump supporters are probably the most respected and calm group of people anybody's ever seen. But we're all made out to be fucking monsters. It's all the fucking Democrats and the Biden supporters. They're the ones that are fucking causing the violence and mayhem. They're the ones behind January 6th right there. But what they're doing, and I can see it reading with this article, this influence, they got it established where they can use military force anytime they feel. So anytime something happens, they can call the military in. They can use the military to, okay, we want you to do this. Unleash, lethal force on these people if something happens. Like, can you imagine if next month, if Kamala got that fucking spot, if she gets elected next month into that spot, there's going to be a ton of bloodshed come January. And it's not going to be because, even though they're going to blame Trump, they will still blame Trump for this shit. They always find a way to blame Trump for what the fuck ever. But I guarantee you, there's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be bloodshed. There's going to be another fucking war. And it's going to be a war that's going to be government versus the people. And that's where the people are going to want to rise up. Thanks to the Second Amendment, which is protected, and protects the people, the Second Amendment. And even though everybody just sits there and be like, "Oh, the Second Amendment just only affects guns and people, you know, they want to own guns," it's like the Second Amendment is much more than just owning firearms. It's much more than that. It's in case if a tyrannical government uprises, we can overcome them. We have that power. They want a big story. Yes, they did. And they're going to get it. And that's where this directive is going. That is exactly what is going to happen. They're going to get in there. They're going to try to rig this shit. And if anything happens, they now have the authority to bring the military in, work with state and local law enforcement agencies, and if anything happens, they now have the necessary power to use the U.S. military to use lethal force on U.S. citizens. That's where this is going. Plus, if any of us U.S. citizens decide to rise above the tyranny, we are protected by the U.S. Constitution. That's why I said there's going to be a lot of bloodshed. It really is. There really is. And this alone, this just proves it right here. This is what people have been talking about on TikTok. Like I said, there was a video I had shared. It was saved in my TikTok favorites, but it's not here anymore. That shit got taken down. I wonder why. But now reading more into it and putting it out there, it becomes a lot more clearer and understandable with what's really going on. So get ready, folks. Like this ordinance, this directive is already, in law. It's already stated. It's already effective. This past September 27th. It's been effective for, 1, 2, 3 weeks. Yep, this was placed. Yeah, this was made in order 3 weeks ago. Today. 3 weeks ago today. Alright, so we are just over an hour in, guys. I'm going to take a break, get a refresher. When I come back, we're going to talk about this interview with Kamala Harris and a few other things, because it's about to get down and dirty. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a moment.
Answer questions and process orders 24 hours a day. And it's not just for the rich, the powerful, or the daring. Because there's a way you can get the help, hardware, software, and advanced toll-free service to create your call center. All you have to know is how. Network MCI, that's how.
Hey, you're a guy, and guys want to stay cool. How do you do it? With new Speed Stick Gel, proven to keep you drier than any other gel. It's the best gel protection. New Speed Stick Gel, just for the guys.
Gib, who fled?
See how they run.
Stole $25 million from the Cuban mafia?
Kill him.
See how they fly.
I don't want half. Half!
On July 19th...
Move! These people are trying to kill you!
See how they... fled.
All right, half! That is it! We are even! No. Now we even.
Fled. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 19th.
Some people quit when they reach their threshold of pain. Some don't.
Have
Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year, unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire and Michelin confidence in any driving condition. It has to, because the way we see it, you don't just cover a lot of miles, you cover a lot of weather. The Michelin X1.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better. Flight 3 Alpha. Spotted. For myself. For my future.
The Eagle Vision is the first sedan in the world with the auto stick system. Porsche offers their version in a coupe. This German engineer will compare. Du kennst mich doch. Ich liebe Schwarz. So what do you think, Goods?
Also, was denkst du denn, Good?
Das ist sehr gut. Meine Einfahrt zum automatisch.
He likes the choice of automatic or auto stick. Excellent handling without a clutch.
What's he think of Vision's price?
Ach du meine Gute. They're screwed.
No, we get the message. Thank you.
Now get $1,500 cash back on Eagle Vision TSI.
The new reloadable smart card. The future is happening now down under and on its way here. From MasterCard, it's smart money.
Homer gets a new job as Mr. Burns' assistant.
I think with bangs today.
On The Simpsons. Sunday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
The Silver Bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies! Good boy.
This summer, when it gets really hot, Dunkin' Donuts suggests you cool off with a cup of coffee. Iced coffee, that is. It's the coolest thing around. It's Dunkin' Donuts' world-famous coffee brewed from our premium beans.
Alrighty, and I'm back. Back to the show. Almost kind of out of breath. Holy shit. Had to run to the bathroom. Had an order from Walmart dropped off. A couple cases of water, some other stuff. Let me tell you, I haven't been inside a Walmart in months. If I had to go inside a Walmart, it was probably for something specific. I used to go into Walmart all the fucking time. Every week. Every week that I had a payday. And I would go to Walmart for food, certain supplies. Sometimes even walk around and look at stuff. But nowadays, Walmart really has nothing to offer, though. But then again, sometimes it depends on what Walmart you go to, which Walmart is actually stocked with interesting shit. Because the Walmart that's right near me, you go there mostly for clothing. You go there for bathroom materials and shit like that. I mean, hell, the electronics section, all it's good for is maybe some shit computers, low-end computers, monitors. Well, I got my monitors from Walmart. It does me good. You know, I don't do a lot of that high refresh rate 4K gaming monitors. I don't go for this. I just want a simple fucking monitor. You know, if I could play a game on it and it plays very well, That's all I care about. I already got a 4K television, so if I want to play games on a 4K TV, I will. But, I do got a couple, Samsung 27-inch curved monitors from Walmart. They were a reasonable price, $130 or $140 for them each. It's reasonable. That's what I do. But that's probably the only time I really went to Walmart's, maybe for another monitor. That was it. I don't even go to Walmart anymore. So if I order anything on Walmart, you haven't been to that pitch since 2017, I think a lot of people are the same way. I mean, I order from their website. So what I do, when I started the transition of ordering from Walmart, I was actually driving out when my order was ready. And I would park on the side of the building where they got those spots. They designated those spots. They started doing that during the C-19 pandemic. You could order online. You can have people come out, load your trunk up. You didn't have to talk. You didn't have to shake their hand or anything, and you could stay in their car. Or they come out and load your shit up, and that was that. But that soon began tiring in a sense. It's like it's taking some time out of my day maybe, but I'm going to pick it up. I don't have to worry about shipping fees. But now I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll pay $10 to have it shipped to my house. Why not? And of course, they do expect a tip and all, so I'll leave like a $2 tip because it's like, hey, times are hard. Times are tough. I know they're, these delivery drivers, I know they're trying to make an honest living off of it. They're making minimum wage plus, they work off of tips and such. But it's like, hey, I understand I'm too lazy to go out and buy my own shit, but I'm like, I'm not going to give you $10, $15 fucking dollars to drop off 2 packages, I mean, I understand, like, you're making a living. If I had the money, I probably would, but in this day and age, you got to try to save every penny you can. Like, I try not to sound like an asshole about it, but like I said, like, even people that are homeless out there, they're scrounging for change, and it's like, you got to cling on to everything you can. Like, a lot of homeless people that I see, if you can get up and walk up and down the street holding a sign, if you can say thank you, if you could talk, if you can walk, if you can move, motherfucker, I'm pretty sure your ass can work. And out of, just the main areas that a lot of homeless people sit in, that they fucking, what is it, panhandle around, I'm pretty sure they can get a fucking job. If a place you're sitting in front of, panhandling for money, if they got a hiring sign in the window, take that shit. Okay, you may not be living somewhere, but you know what? I've came across some people who were homeless, and they had jobs. They worked, or they had money. There was one guy I knew. He had money. He just didn't want a home. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do. He lived on the fucking street. Dude had money. He worked. He's not going to sit around holding a fucking sign all goddamn day, which I don't get. I really don't get. Like, what is that show? What does that show? Somebody gives you a handful of change, and I'm pretty sure it all accumulates, within a fucking 8-hour period. But it's like, how much change did you actually accumulate in an 8-hour period? Probably $20 worth of change, probably $50 worth of change. I mean, who knows? If you're somebody who's lucky enough to make more than I do in a fucking day, and you could do that 7 days a week, shit, I'll get me a sign and sit out there on the road then, if that's the fucking case. Actually, 2018, I went there to get the season 2 DVD of South Park. Oh, okay. I forgot what the very last thing. I think the last thing I went in there for was a monitor or something. I can't remember. It was some piece of electronic that I was getting. But yeah, so I started ordering online, but now I get it all come to my house. I'll pay the $10 shipping. If I got $2 to spare, I'll give them a $2 tip. I'll give them something, But yeah, if they're like dropping something like a thing of water or whatever, which is what they did, Oh, season 21. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I'm going to step away for a second, guys. I'll let Dog out. Be right back.
So call 1-800-4-SUNJET to reserve yours. SUNJET, we're shining brighter every day.
Recently, Jeep engineers made an amazing discovery.
We found it.
Yeah.
The perfect way to improve our four-wheel drive system.
And one discovery led to another.
Wow. Our new suspension enhancements perform great out here.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee.
All right. Always something. But yeah, I have it all come to my house. And I just open the door. There it is. Pull it inside, put it away, and I'm good. Never have I stepped in Walmart ever again. And the sad reality of it is, too, the fact that I used to like going to Walmart. Even if I went in there to shop for specific items. If I was grocery shopping, or if I was shopping for like some kind of necessity for the bathroom or a bedroom or whatever, anything of that nature. I used to love going into the electronics section. God, that was the place to be. And I know you're young, Hoyt. You're a lot younger than me. You probably don't remember a whole lot back in the day. But the electronics section at Walmart, that shit was banging, son. Let me tell you. They had video game consoles displayed in the video game section. You know, everything was behind cases. Kids, adults, they would sit there at the video game section. You know, you would look up at the screen. They had the screen up on the top, and they had a controller set out, and you would sit there and play like a disc full of demos and shit. And you'd be looking at all the games in the case, the display case, you know, and you're like, what do I want to buy? What do I want to buy? You know, that was the fucking place to be. All the video games were locked in the display case. You know, you had to ask somebody for the video game, which means, you know, you had to stand there and wait and be like, can I get this game? Can I get this? Can I get that? You know, and they take it to the counter and you go up and you pay for it and such. Man, those were the fucking days, man. Now you walk into a Walmart, they barely have, a lot of the Walmarts don't even have physical games anymore because everything's going digital, or you get a digital card with a code that you put into it, and that's about it. But back in the day, if you had a PS2, if you had a GameCube, an Xbox, you know, just go in there for the experience alone. You know, you could sit there, like the last thing that I remember playing at one of those setup consoles in the game section was way back in when PS3 came out, and they had the game MotorStorm, and that's the first time I played MotorStorm. I was like, this game is phenomenal. I want to get a PS3 for this. Do they still have gaming shit in the electronics section? Very, very minuscule. Like, they're trying to eliminate the gaming section altogether. Well, they're trying to eliminate the Xbox first because of Game Pass. And that's their biggest excuse is, you know, Walmart distributors, they blame Xbox for that because there's no selling games. Because a lot of the games that you see on Walmart shelves is on Game Pass. But Game Pass is like a Netflix system. You know, you got games that appear on there that you could download and play. As long as you got the subscription to Game Pass, you could download and play it for free. And they have a contract for that game for like maybe a year or two. But you figure, you see it come up, you know, you're probably going to go play the whole thing once. So you download the game for free, you play it, you enjoy it, you're done with it. All you got to do is uninstall it. That's that. Because what did we do back in the day when we finished a game that we bought? We would take it to a GameStop or a Funko Land or EB Games, and you would trade it in and get money for it or buy something else, you know, game-wise and shit like that. Yeah, ain't that some horse shit? Yeah, it is. It really is, man. Like, Microsoft has ruined, you know, physical gaming for a lot of people. It has. You know, the whole Game Pass thing. Like, it's convenient. Don't get me wrong. Like, maybe there's a game, a AAA game that nobody can afford. Okay, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out. When does that come out? It comes out next week. Black Ops 6 comes out next week. Now, you can either pay $70 to buy Black Ops 6 and own the CD or own it digital, or if you are on Xbox, like I am, if you got a Game Pass Ultimate account, like I do, you will get to play it for free day one. Because Xbox has a contract with Activision Blizzard where they will bring a lot of their titles to Game Pass for players for free. I got Modern Warfare 3 on there. I got that for free. I still got to go through and beat the campaign on that. When Black Ops 6 comes out, I'll get that shit for free. It's like, if I really love a game, if I really enjoy it, and I can see myself playing it over and over again, I'll buy it. I will buy it, especially when it comes to digital. Like, even now, they say, like, when you buy games digital, you don't, quote-unquote, own the title. You're just buying a copy of the license to not really own it, but to play it whenever you want and however long you want, that kind of thing, you know? So gaming companies are getting to be that kind of arrogant about it and shit. But I'm like, if I want to really enjoy it, not just buying it to own it, but there's a lot of good gaming companies out there that produce and make really good video games, and I would love to show support for them. So when you buy a brand new game, let me get into that real quick. Guess I'm lucky I got PS4, GTA 5 for it when you did. There you go. But yeah, let's say Rockstar is your favorite gaming company. You love Rockstar. You love Red Dead Redemption. You love Grand Theft Auto. You love the Midnight Club series that used to come out on 360 and PS2 and such. You love those games. And you want to show so much support and for Rockstar. You'll buy that game brand new, and all those proceeds and stuff, a lot of it goes toward Rockstar in sales. Now, if you go to GameStop and you buy a used copy of GTA 5, only probably a fraction of that may go to the game developer, but the rest of it goes directly to GameStop. That's why a lot of people are against buying used games, because if there's somebody who supports the developer and they want their money to go to the developer, they'll buy it brand new. They won't buy it used because, you know, GameStop, it's a very shady business anyway, you know, when it comes to a lot of their dealings, you know. Like, I mean, come on. You sell a game to them. Okay, like GTA 5, let's say it's $60 right now, brand new. Okay, let's say it just came out. You played it, beat it, liked it, hate it, whatever. You're done with it. And you go to trade it in at GameStop, right? They're going to give you a price of half of what it's worth, or a little bit less. So if you decide to get in-store credit for it, you'll get half. If you decide to get cash for it, you'll get a third of what it's worth. Then they'll take that game and resell it used for just a few bucks less than what it is brand new. Brand new could be $59.99. Used could be $52.99. Ain't that some fucking bullshit, though? That's how the company's always been. They're very shady. Even people who have worked for GameStop have come out and expressed their feelings and exposed GameStop for a lot of their dealings of how crooked they are. But yeah, it's, when it comes to me, like, I do like to collect games physically. I would like to have a physical collection of whatever. I have physical games for PS2. I just got a Dreamcast almost a month ago. I got a video I'm going to put out for that here soon. I got a Switch, you know, I got an Xbox One. Now, I don't have room for a lot of physical games. Like, a lot of my physical games, they're in CD books, you know, which save space and such, so I don't have shelves to put, you know, games in their cases on there. But I will say, like, digital games, it can be a convenience for you. You don't have to worry about getting up, swapping discs, or searching for a disc, or worry about if the disc is scratched up or cracked or whatever. You know, digital games, they're at the fingertips, you know, on the controller. I bet the original GTA 3, Vice City, San Andreas 4 and 5 releases were magical. Oh, they all were, man. Like, let me tell you, the first one that I've played was actually Vice City. And I remember I remember the day I bought Vice City. I bought it used. It was already out a year or two. And this was back in 2003. I believe it was 2003. I was in, 12th grade. And I had just went on I got the game by accident. I got the game by accident. And at the time, the only money that I was making while I was in high school was working with my dad. My dad had a computer business. I was working with him, was helping him with, picking stuff up, loading it, unloading it, all that kind of shit. So I was making money on the side. He was paying me pretty good. He had a pretty substantial side business. My dad, he did work for, coincidentally, he did work for NSA. He wasn't any of that spy kind of shit or whatever, he was like lower end NSA, but he was making a really good paycheck. But to, bring in a little more extra money, he had a computer business on the side. And I helped him out with that. And that was my high school job right there. High school, back in the day in 12th grade, if you were part of the work study program where you had a job after school, they had a thing set up to where you would have to bring in pay stubs to show that you are working and that you are getting a substantial paycheck for it, which I was. My dad, he had to make something up for him, which was believable. And we had switched to A and B days. That was like the first or second year we switched to A and B days for classes in high school, which means, they gave us 8 classes. You would start out with like 6 or 7 classes throughout the day. Nah, they wanted us to have 8 classes, and each class had to last an hour and a half almost. It was bullshit, but we split it up like 4 classes per day, A, B, and alternated. So every day I had 2 classes, and around 11 o'clock or so, I would go to lunch. And my dad, he worked the morning shift for NSA. So when he go on break, he would swing by, pick me up, and take me home. Now, since I worked with him, he was working NSA during the day. He would pick me up from school, drop me off at home, and he'd go back to work. You know what I do? I go right the fuck to bed. I would go to school for like 3 or 4 hours, come home, go to bed, sleep for a little bit, or maybe I'll sat there and play a game or something. I don't know. It usually varied, but that was every day. As long as I was working, for my dad, I was working with him, doing computer business and such on the weekends or whatever. It was whenever it came up. It was always something, but I had money though, so I had some money with me, and my ex at the time, we had just broken up. Yep, it was nice, man. That was the time to live. When this day came, okay, my ex and I, we had just broken up probably like a month prior to this. And she had went to the mall with some friends of hers. They all went to see School of Rock. School of Rock had came out, and I was not a fan of Jack Black, especially now since, with all the things that him and his fucking butt buddy Kyle Gass said about, Trump and the assassination and all, but yeah, so they went to see School of Rock. And the one girl that was with them, her name was Sandra. And she was not dating this guy Josh at the time, but he went with her as just to keep her company. They went to see School of Rock, and then he dipped out. He just dipped out. He was like, nah, I gotta go. So I'm sitting at home. I forgot what I was doing. And my ex calls me and says, hey, do you want to come? Can you come to the mall? Sandra's, by herself. She's with us, but Josh dipped out, and she, I want somebody to be here, can you come and keep her occupied? You could talk with her and everything. And I was very hesitant. I did not want to go. Like, my ex is sitting there begging me to come to the mall. But I'm thinking, you know what? Fuck it, I have money. Maybe I'll buy a game at GameStop or something. I'll walk around, whatever. So I had my dad drop me off at the mall that Saturday. And I went, met with them. We went into the movie. Watched the movie for maybe, 10, 15 minutes, and then we were done. and we walked out. And for what I saw, the movie School of Rock, like I know a lot of people liked it for what it was. Me, I didn't like it. I thought it was too. I thought it was a very cringy movie. That was my opinion. I did not like it at all. And we walked around. I started talking to Sandra. We had a good time. We were talking. Walking around and all. Everybody was doing their own thing. And we happened to walk into GameStop. And, she played games too. She had a PS2 herself as well. She didn't play them as much, but she had a game too. So I went in there and I picked up, and they were on sale, I picked up a copy of Dynasty Warriors 4, which is a really good entry in the Dynasty Warriors series. I loved it to death. And I picked up Vice City. And I forgot how much I paid for them, but they were both used. They were both, down in price. And I will say, that night, I ended up, going out with Sandra. I knew her for years, but we hit it off at the mall after I bought the game. We sat in the pit and talked and such, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, that was I want to say a magical time for me. Not only did I get with this one girl that I had a crush on in the 6th grade, she was right there with me. But I ended up getting a couple games, and one of them was Vice City. And let me tell you, after that night, for the rest of the weekend and all, I was sat there, I was playing Vice City because I remember seeing the trailer for Vice City. It was so nostalgic. It was very 80s. It had the song "I Ran" by Flock of Seagulls playing in the trailer. It was truly something. I remember it was like a magical moment, and I had this game. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm playing this game. And I was addicted to it. I eventually did beat it. It was challenging, but I loved the hell out of that game. Is Jack Black the main guy on the guitar? And yes, it is. Sadly, he is. Yes, he is. Like I said, anybody who watches it, everybody has a different opinion about it. People like it. Me personally, I don't like it. I'm not a Jack Black fan, especially now, even more. I'm not a Jack Black fan. But yeah, he was the main guy on the poster in there, he was a not a scam artist or something, but he was like one of those wannabe rock and roll stars, and he took over somebody. He was teaching a class, rock and roll music, which he wasn't even the fucking subject of the class, but that was basically the whole point of the movie. He was trying to. He looks a lot different than. Yeah, he did. He definitely he aged a lot. He really did. And like I said, that movie came out in 2003. So, yeah, 21 years ago. So, if you date him back 21 years, yeah, and compare him to what he looks like now, it's like, yeah, that's a big transformation for Jack Black. It really is. San Andreas, I remember getting San Andreas. I think the game came out in 2004, 2005. I got it like a year after. Yeah, because I had to get some money built up for that. And a friend of mine in school, because this was after I graduated, he got it. And I went over to his house, and he was playing it, and I was like, I got to get this game. You were doing so much more shit in San Andreas than you could in Vice City. Vice City, you couldn't swim in water. San Andreas, they made it a fucking marathon. You could not only swim in water, you could do fucking marathon events in water and shit. Yep, that's what I figured. Yeah, it was 2004, because Vice City came out in 2002, I believe it was, yeah. But yeah, you can fucking swim in water and shit. You can, do all kind of things. You can go to the gym and work out. You can, your character, you can get fat, you get thin, you can eat, you could do, it was amazing. This was it was bigger, it was better. And that was the fucking titular game. So when I got it, I was like, holy shit, I loved the hell out of it. I was playing it. I enjoyed the soundtrack to it. It has a boss soundtrack. Gameplay was really fluid. Sadly, I never got to beat it, though. I never did beat it. I got to the point where I opened up the section of the map that had the casino, but I never finished the storyline. But I enjoyed playing it. It was a really good game. And then when 4 came out, I think I waited a little bit until I got 4. But I think that was around a time when it was like a big surge of all these video games that were coming out all at once. And they were all nonstop fucking awesome. You know, there was like hit after hit after hit. You know, GTA 5, GTA 4, Halo 3 came out, Fallout 3, all these fucking games came out the same year. It was like, I think it was 2008. Yeah, Rockstar was obviously a lot more consistent with. They really were. And then when GTA 5 came out, I got that on. I think I remember getting it for. I don't think I got it for 360. I got it for PS3. Yes, I got it for PS3. And then I got it for PS4 when I got a PS4. And then I got it for Xbox One. And I still have it for Xbox One. And I will say, like, GTA 5, like, you know, for it to have the longest span in between games, you know, 12 years almost, just about, you know, 12 years, something like that. Back in the day, you know, they were releasing, like, within 2 to 3 years of each other, you know, but I played the hell out of GTA 5. I completely beat it twice. I got 100% on it on PS3 with all the collectibles, and that was a bitch. I used the guide for that. I didn't YouTube it or anything. I used the guide. That was a bitch, because some of those collectibles were tucked up underneath the bridges, so you had to, like, fly and fall out and parachute and hope to get in between a gap where a collectible was, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that shit again. Like, there was like over 100 collectibles, and some of them, they were incredibly impossible to get, and I'm just like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that again. I'll beat it again, but I ain't going for no achievements on collecting all that shit again. And I was like, nah, the hell with that. But it's still a good game. I'll still play it to this day. You know, it's worth another playthrough, especially the online and all. Now, Red Dead, I gotten into Red Dead a little bit. I haven't beat it. I haven't gotten too far into it. Like, I really got to really sit down and push myself to get through it, which is what I want to do. Like, recently, I finally started playing Red Dead Nightmare for the first time. I started playing Red Dead Nightmare for the first time, man. It's challenging, but it's good. And I was thinking about streaming it the other night, but I had things going on around me when I was streaming it, so I said, fuck it, I'll wait till another day to do that kind of thing. But yeah, Rockstar, they had a lot of good games under the belt, including the Midnight Club series. You may be a little too young to remember Midnight Club. They did have one on 360. I have that. I think it's Los Angeles. But I think that was one of those games that was trying to compete with Need for Speed. Need for Speed, they had hit after hit for a while there, and the biggest hit was Need for Speed Underground 2. That one was probably the most intellect of the series, I guess I can say, where you do a lot more with it. And I mean, when it comes to customization of your car, you had fucking underglow lights, you had subwoofer speakers you can put in your car and shit. You could change the colors, you could change the spoilers, carbon fiber hoods and shit like that. Like, you had dozens of options, you know, to open up and customize your vehicles with. It was like the titular racing game of its time was Need for Speed Underground 2. And that one was, somebody really wanted, you know, there's people that want a remaster of it. And I wish that, you know, EA would do that. They have no interest in trying that 100% shit. Just go to the story and maybe get the question marks off the mat. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another playthrough. I got it, like I said, I got it on Xbox. They forced me to get they didn't really force me to get the Series X upgrade. I don't want to do that. But I think you got to pay for that, I think. But luckily it's at that, because if it was a free one, yeah, I wouldn't be playing it, because I would have to transfer it to my internal. I would have to delete stuff off my internal to make space, because you can't play XS titles on an external drive, because the USB data transfer is not fast enough for 4K games and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the time to be, you know, for those kind of games. And I'm gonna want to do an episode of this at some point where it's talking about, you know, just just classic games, just like memories of that kind of shit, because I love doing that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next topic here. And oh boy, it's a real fucking doozy. So Kamala Harris the other night did an interview with Fox News. And it was a disaster for her. And it was a disaster for her, a disaster for her political career. And people are saying she just, I basically say she committed political suicide with everything that she did. And who was the interviewer? Was Brett Baer? Yeah, Brett Baer, chief political anchor at Fox News. Camel Harris, yeah. Camel Toe Harris, too. So, yeah, I shared this. This is from Fox News. It shared it on Twitter. This was from October 16th, 2 days ago. Fox interview was so bad that Nancy Pelosi is asking Biden to get back in the race. Kamala spent more time defending herself with Brett Baer than she has defending the border. She used the interview to blame Trump for people dying on her watch. Let's see, for dying on her watch. And she never once touted the accomplishments of the Biden administration. She explained her campaign slogan, "It's time to turn the page," really just meant it's time to turn the page on Trump. But 79% of the country wants to turn the page on her. All Kamala Harris wants is to prosecute Trump. But America doesn't want a prosecutor. We want a president. And that is what Harris did in that interview. She didn't want to answer any questions. If she wins something... exactly. If she wins this election, there is something wrong. Something deathly wrong with this country if she wins. It'd be a mind-boggling thing for this entire country if somehow she fucking wins that goddamn election. She didn't answer any... She's not about this fucking country. It just shows that the whole interview just showed she's not about this country. She doesn't care about this country. She cares about getting her spot in the election. She cares about pushing Trump to prison. She's more worried about fucking Trump than she is with this country. She tells people, oh, well, Trump's running. Take a look at this clip.
News interview may have actually ended Kamala Harris's campaign. She was asked why people don't support her, and she implodes. You need to watch this.
20% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
you
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
but
people
you're the
have
lever
become...
of power.
But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with...
Do you see how she deters from that whole statement? He told her that she and Biden had 3.5 years to turn this country around. Whatever happened to Build Back Better? They had 3 fucking years. Harris was put in charge of the border. All she could sit there and say was, and Donald Trump is running for re-election. Okay, and that's your opponent. What the fuck are you going to do for this country? What are you going to do about all these illegals that you and Biden brought into this fucking country illegally? What are you going to do about this? Yep, also MLK Day, watch her mention that is her inaugural. Yeah, I'm sure she will. Because every time this bitch farts from her mouth, she's a different race. I shit you all not. That is the perfect analogy that I can give for this stupid twat. Every time she farts from that fucking hole in her face, she's a different race. You know, one day she's Asian. Next day she's Indian. Next day she's black. Next day she's Jamaican. Next day she's white. What the fuck are you? She's trying to fit in with a different crowd every time. Tell me that's not her being racist herself. We all know that fucking Joe's racist. Look at all the fucking shit that he said in his goddamn political career. And everybody had the audacity to sit there and say, Trump's racist. Trump's racist. What the fuck did Trump say or do that labeled him racist? No one will give an answer. Nobody can give a straight fucking answer. All they can do is sit there and say, oh, fuck you. You can't answer me? Then fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. You can't sit there and defend your fucking opinion. You can't back up your statement with facts. All you do is sit there and fucking cackle. Trump's a racist. How's he a racist? He just is. That's all I heard out of this clip with fucking Kamala. If Trump wins, they'll kill him before he can get in. That's what they're going to probably do. But here's the thing. If Trump gets in and he wins it, if anything happens to Trump, they all forget. This is now how the system works. Okay, there's a lot of brain-dead liberals out there that think that if Trump gets assassinated right after he wins the election, they all think that Kamala's going to take over. No! She's out of the race. She's done for. It's Trump and Vance. If something happens to Trump, Vance takes over. Just like, and it's happened a couple times in history before. I forgot where I talked about this in the past somewhere. If Trump were to end up in prison, Vance can still do things while Trump is in prison. Trump can still run his presidency from inside the prison cell. He can. But everything's got to be done through Vance. Yep. If something happens to Trump, it goes right to Vance. And people are hating on Vance. They all hate on Vance. I would take Vance in a heartbeat over fucking Don Rickles. You know, if anybody knows that reference, I made that reference. Okay, so I compared him to Walz. Tim Walz, I shit you not, Hoyt, if you look at Tim Walz, a picture of him from his debate with Vance, if you look at a picture of him, and then look up comedian and actor Don Rickles, he looks just like that motherfucker. He really does. That's why I made that statement. I think I made it on Twitter too. It was like, look at fucking Don Rickles over here. Oh, so there is let's see. Watch this without the sound on. So I wonder what this fucking clip is of Harris on Twitter as somebody shared. Let's listen to this fucking garbage.
Should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States.
Oh, that's just her being pissed off.
Again. Never again. Never again.
This is not a leader. This is not a leader. He does look like him, yeah. He's not funny like him, though. Yeah, I know. But yeah, this is not a leader. She is not a leader. She is not fit for fucking president. She imploded on that interview. And now she is extremely pissed off that the Fox News anchor called her out, made her a fucking idiot on public television, and now she's trying to play damage control. And it's like, well, you just committed political suicide. Here's another video for you guys.
16th, 2024. I just got done watching the interview between Kamala Harris and Brett Baier on Fox. That pretty much ended her career, I would say. When I play these clips, I want you to notice that Kamala Harris's earrings are back, and she has the most DTS that I've ever seen in my life. She was asked about the immigration crisis.
Now, before I continue, and I noticed that there was a couple people online say something about her pearl earrings. Now, I'm not going to go into speculation about that, but people have taken notice, like, whenever she wears these pearl earrings and any of these, you'll take Mr. Potato Head over walls. Yes, I would too. But they say if you look at her pearl earrings, especially when she puts her hands up to her ears, it's almost like she's trying to signal in, like she's listening to something, like she's got a speaker in her ear or something. I don't know. Like, I'm all for conspiracy theories and shit, but that one, I don't know. It's possible. I mean, this is a person that has to conduct her speeches from a teleprompter. There was one speech that she did, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago, where she didn't have a teleprompter and she panicked. And she was just making shit up on a whim because the teleprompter wasn't working right. How is it that Trump can go out and he can fucking nail a whole speech without a teleprompter? He can fucking nail it. But somebody like Biden or Harris can't. They need something that is fed to them through a TV screen. You're not a leader. You don't know how to address the people.
And botched it and blamed it on Trump. And then she was asked about this. Watch.
Turning the page.
70% of people.
That is about turning the
pollsters,
page on rhetoric that people are frankly exhausted of, Brett.
More than
people
70% of people tell the country.
She keeps saying people are exhausted of the rhetoric. We're going to turn the page on. We're going to turn the page on. She's all about turning the page. But she is not about fixing a problem. Her problem is Trump is running against her, and Trump is defeating her ass. Trump is whacking her, beating her ass, whooping her ass badly. And it's pissing her off. Look at the debate that Trump had with Biden back in the summertime. Oh, he made Biden look horrible. Biden did fucking terrible in that. And people sat there and said, Biden did a good job. He really showed Trump. Oh, he really showed Trump. Nah, that's not the way the American people saw it, you dumbasses. Otherwise, where the hell is Biden at today? Turn my page, bitch. Yeah. But yeah, where the hell is Biden at today? If Biden defeated Trump in his last debate with him back in the summer, why is he out of the race? Why did the Democratic Party pull Biden from the race and put Harris forward? I don't get it. Nothing really adds up. The Democratic Party is sitting there talking about how good Biden was, talking about how good Harris is, when everything that comes out of their fucking holes is embarrassing them every single time there's a camera on them. The American people see it. It's right there in front of them. It's not fake. It's not misinformation. It's all there. The American people see it. But here's the thing. When it comes to TikTok, social media, anywhere, if you mention this shit, they flag you. They false flag you for misinformation. There is no misinformation if it's out there. If people seen it out there, it's on TV. That's where true censorship comes in, because you got platforms that are trying to sweep this shit under the rug. They're trying to sweep it under the rug. Nobody needs to hear about it again. Yes, it happened. Whatever. Oh, wait. Did it happen? Yes, it did. Same thing with January 6th. The whole speech that Trump conducted. You can only find that on certain sources. You're not going to find the whole speech on YouTube. You're not going to find it on social media, because they cut out a lot of the important information of that speech. They cut it out to edit it to make it sound like he incited an insurrection. January 6th. That's how the media manipulated the shit. That's how the government, the Democrats, manipulated that shit. It's disgusting.
The country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, That track follows 3.5 years of you.
And what's funny about that is 79% of the people saying that the country's on the wrong track with how Biden and Harris ran it, and only 21% say it's on the right track. 21% of Americans, 21% of this country has severe mental issues. 21% of this country has severe mental issues. That amazes me. I saw someone say that they didn't realize Biden was that bad till the debate. Yeah. He was terrible. CNN and all them, all the liberal news outlets, they try to make it sound like Biden beat Trump in that thing, but no. Biden didn't beat shit. He was fucking clueless. He was really clueless. Just like, what was it recently? He came out, apparently he was medicated or whatever. He came out and spoke. And he was like very coherent. And he was supposedly talking shit about Kamala. He knows that Kamala's bad. I guess he must want back in the race, but you know what, Joe? It's too late. They pulled you. They fucked you in the ass. They were fucking you the whole goddamn time. And this is exactly where they're going. They planned this the whole fucking time. Obama planned this shit. The Democrats planned this shit. They got Biden in there. They know Biden has dementia. They know Biden is a flight risk to the Democratic Party. So what do? They use him as a puppet for 3.5 years. Then they pull him when things go south. They put Kamala in. And then they're hoping that Kamala's their secret weapon to finishing this shit off. Now, Kamala doesn't have any policies at all. She makes up all this fake shit that she's not going to keep her promises on, right? And let me tell you, 21%, that 21% of the mentally unstable that is voting for Harris, they don't know what any of her policies are. I've seen interviews on TikTok from random people going up and asking them, Kamala or Trump? And they'll go, I'm going with Kamala. Okay, why are you going Kamala? Oh, she has good policies. What policies are there? Label of policies. I don't have to answer that question. I don't have to answer that. Well, you said you support her. Show some support. What do you like about her? What are her policies? Well, I don't have to answer that. You're a poo-poo head. That just shows 21% of this country, as fucking retarded as they are, they don't know what her policies are. They are all brainwashed to hate Trump. I mean, you don't have to like Trump. You don't have to hate Kamala. It's understandable. Everybody has an open feeling about them, an open expression. It's cool. People are going to vote for Kamala. People are going to vote for Trump, you know? Exactly, Hoyt. They just say she's a black woman. That is exactly why 21% of this country is voting for her. They want her to be the first black woman to run for president. They don't give a shit about the border. They don't give a shit about policies. They look at America as like, aren't we the land of the free? Don't we take people in who are looking for freedom? Yes, but there's a fucking process to do it, and we're not doing it. So what's going on right now? We have thousands of illegals flooding into the country on a daily basis. There have been multiple rapes, murders, crimes committed in a lot of cities and towns. Many innocent teenagers, bystanders, were raped and murdered by illegals brought here under the Biden administration. And they don't want to penalize them for it. They don't want to ship them back. They don't want to put them in prison. They allow them to do that shit. And yet they can't find a simple solution to shut the border down. How about this? Continue Trump's wall. Stop allowing these motherfuckers to come over in groups. If they want to come over, there's a process. do the process. They don't want to worry about that right now. All they're worried about is the fact that Trump is beating them right now in the polls. There's a high possibility that Trump is going to win the election. Their nerves are rattled right now. And Kamala, she can't even come out and explain certain things that the people want to hear from her. You're running for president. Give us something to work on. Give us something to work with. What are your policies? What are you going to promise the American people that want to vote for you? This is all she can give them.
You being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
That's her excuse. That is her answer for everything. Yeah, the wall is racist. That they've been calling that ever since Trump started the project. The wall is racist. But that is her answer. There is no answer to the economy. There is no answer to inflation. There is no answer to the border. There is no answer to the illegal immigrants in this country that are committing all these crimes. All she can say and think about is the fact that Trump is running for re-election. She wants this man dead. The Democrats want this man dead. They were hoping to scare him into backing out of the election. Trump said, "Fear not, I'm still running." He is a brave, strong motherfucker. That is a leader right there. Trump is going out and meeting with fucking people. He is supporting people. When Hurricane Helene blew through Georgia and North Carolina and all them, was Biden and Harris down there to support him? No. Trump was. Yeah, she just wants to fuck the Donald. She that's her lifelong dream. She fucked Diddy. She fucked them all back in the day. That's where she got her name in that. She fucked them all. She was probably at one of Diddy's parties. But Trump is out there helping these people. And then you got people that are, oh, he brought them toilet paper. He brought them, well, you know what? Trump did a hell of a lot more for the people of North Carolina and all than what fucking Harris and Biden did. Everybody remembers that, and they're still trying to sweep it under the rug. There are still people out there trying to say, the Biden-Harris administration, there's no such thing. They didn't do any. They didn't talk about $750. They're sending aid and all. No, the fuck they ain't. They sent FEMA out there. You got people that are posting videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, left and right. People that are living down there without homes still, without power, without food and water. Elon Musk came to the rescue with the Starlink. People can now connect to people outside of the town. Donald Trump come down there to support them. These are people that posted videos online saying that FEMA has come in and they shut down all these people that were trying to bring food and support into them. FEMA closed them down. FEMA shut them down and took the supplies away. FEMA is ordered by the government to not allow anybody to offer any kind of assistance to North Carolina residents whatsoever. FEMA's supposed to support and help. They're not doing their fucking job. And neither is Harris, neither is Biden. In fact, the only thing that this twat came out and said was that each family was going to receive $750. That's it. Oh, and that's not all. That's not all. That money has got to be paid back to the government. Yeah. They are letting these residents of North Carolina and Georgia, or whoever suffered, they are letting them borrow the money. And they got to pay it back. That is sickening. It's actually making my fucking stomach twist right now. Either that or I got to take a humongous shit. But that is sickening. This fucking cunt bag, the skank. People are wanting to vote for this when she gave a middle finger to the victims of Hurricane Helene, who are still suffering right now. They're still in ruins. She wants to give them $750 per household. That has to be paid back eventually. And yet, they send, what, $8 million more dollars over to the fucking Ukraine? Over to Israel? Are you fucking kidding me? And they have the fucking nerve to sit there and say, sorry, we're out of funds. I've spent all the FEMA funds sending money to the Ukraine. Sorry. All we can give you is $750. It's sickening that this is what the Biden administration is doing. They don't give two goddamn shits about the people down south. And what's even more sickening to me is the fact that people support this. And they will sit there and say, well, that's not what happened. She did send support. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, just ask Jim Bob Jones, who lives in North Carolina, who's sitting in a fucking canoe in his living room right now and has been sitting there for the last 3 weeks telling people on TikTok, man, this is some bullshit. They want to give me $750 and I got to fucking pay back as soon as I get my job and all that shit and as soon as everything's done with. So are you saying that the American people that live in North Carolina, the ones that are truly affected by this hurricane, they're lying? They're making shit up? Are you saying that these people don't know what the hell they're talking about? All because you support some fucking twat who has Jamaican blood in her, who has Indian blood in her? She's not really fully African. She is dark in tone on her skin color. But all you care about is getting a first black woman in office. You don't want Donald Trump to do anything. Oh, no. Donald Trump fixed things in 2016 to 2020. We didn't have any wars in his term. In fact, his term was the very first term in many decades where we didn't have any wars outbreak. We had no fucking wars. The economy was thriving. Inflation was down to like minimum of 2%. People were making money. People were getting by. As of today, you'd be lucky if you got $5 to your name after a paycheck. Biden's America, people. Let's finish this shit.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking?
Then Kamala Harris was going on a tangent about Donald Trump was going to weaponize the National Guard to go against the American people. That's not what he said. All us Republicans know that. He is pissed off because the Democrats weaponized the freaking DOJ and went against Republicans and himself.
The enemy will...
Remember what I was talking about earlier with the DOD insuance? Yeah. They put that into play. Now they're trying to pin it on Trump, saying Trump is the one that's going to want to use the military against the American people. Weaponize the military. Trump's not going to do that. That's what the Democrats want to do. They figure people are protected by the United States Constitution. First Amendment, Second Amendment, all that shit. Oh, they found a way They found a way to where they're going to bypass all of that. It's like, okay, you can have your rights, but know this. We got the power to use the military against you.
Within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. No, but think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
Then Kamala Harris says this.
This is a democracy.
Is it a democracy when the Democrat Party picked your presidential candidate for you instead of voting in the primaries for her? Is that how a democracy works? Asking for a friend. And then there's this, where she was asked about hiding Biden's condition from all the American people, and she lies about it, and she got caught. And then at the end of this video, you can hear the knocking, where her staff is telling her to wrap the questions up.
Call Donald Trump. He's misguided. You say now
he's unstable. He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Joe Biden, I have watched from the Oval Office.
You notice how she hesitated there. She hesitated for like a good 3 seconds. She's thinking about what she wants to say, but yeah, she comes up with such a clever lie, but everybody knows it's a lie.
To the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
I understand.
And Donald Trump
but
is.
But you talked about it.
And Donald Trump
After George Clooney said within a few minutes of talking to
Yeah, notice how she tries to turn it around. She tries to do a whole 180 with that. She tries to sit there and lie and saying that Biden did everything that he could for this country and he did it good. But then she tries to turn it right back around on Trump. Turn it right back around on Trump. Oh, but Biden's not on the ballot. Trump is. Trump is on the ballot. Not Biden. Trump is on the ballot. Jesus fucking Christ.
President Biden had a fundraiser that he thought this was not the same Joe Biden that we saw on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is on the ballot.
I understand.
That's her only defense. She repeated it herself like 5 times. Donald Trump's on the ballot. Donald Trump's on the ballot. Donald Trump's on the ballot. Who fucking cares? He's running against you. You're going to lose to him. And this is big. This is the fucking nail in the coffin right here.
Met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. You didn't have any concerns?
All why the media, the Democrat Party, our president, our vice president, hid Joe Biden's condition when we all witnessed it ourselves happening from the American people.
Yep. That it's a sad thing. You know, everybody knows what's going on with Biden. We've all seen it firsthand. Remember the first time where he climbed the fucking stairs and tripped going up the stairs? Remember when he was riding his bicycle with his fellows? Fell off the bike? Remember all that shit? Because let me tell you something. Pepperidge Farms, they remember it. I think it's very insulting to the American people the way this shit is all played out. It really is. Everybody knows how Biden is. She couldn't even go into context about that. She couldn't even say, oh, he's doing very well. He's getting better. He's getting treatment. She couldn't say any of that. She could not come to Biden's defense and defend him in any way. Instead, she turns the rhetoric around and goes, Trump's on the ballot. Well, Trump's on the ballot. Well, what's Biden's condition? Trump's on the ballot. Biden's fucking retarded as shit. Trump's on the ballot. You're a stupid fucking twat. Trump's on the ballot. That's her answer to every fucking thing. Trump's on the ballot. Of course he is. You can't erase his name from the ballot. Guess what? People are going to be checking that name off come November, what is it, November 5th? Is it no? Yeah, no, come November 5th. I might do a video or live stream me going in there and checking it off and then coming out and saying, you all fucking idiots if you vote for Kamala. I'm definitely going to fucking say that shit. They can kick me out of there for all they want. I don't fucking give a shit. Because my ballot will already be in the goddamn box. That's just fucking sad. And she just imploded. Like I said, I didn't watch the entire interview. I only watched those little segments. But it was just satisfying enough for me to see that a Fox News anchor triggered this bitch to the point where she collapsed. She just imploded. She couldn't answer any questions. All she could do was shirk and blame. That's all she did. She was shirk and blamed. And she blamed Trump. I don't even know how many times. I guess the entire fucking interview, she probably blamed Trump for everything. When in doubt, blame Donald Trump. And lastly, let me give you a little bit of tidbit right here. This one is very interesting to play, so get this shit.
Obama has opened a can of worms after he lectured black men to vote for Kamala Harris while speaking in Pennsylvania last week. America's first black president had some frank discussions with young black voters. Barack Obama's words managed to touch a raw nerve. Some made some rather strong objections. Our next report brings you more.
Former U.S. President Barack Obama has found himself on the wrong side of American voters, particularly black men. Last week, the 44th President of America gave a blistering performance in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that. And so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody? That's not acceptable. That's not, this shouldn't even be a question.
What started out as a fatherly lecture came back to bite back Obama. Black men took to social media to share their frustration. While some cracked jokes about the former president, others told him to get lost and go back to his mansion. Most users said that they did not need anyone to tell them whom they should be voting for. Some black men took pot shots at Barack Obama. One user even said that Obama acted like a black father himself by disappearing for years and only coming back when he had the authority. Many accused Obama, who was also the first black American president, of doing nothing for the black community. Barack Obama wanted to gather more support for Vice President Kamala Harris, but he's managed to do the opposite. Support for the Republican candidate among black voters is at an all-time high in over a decade. Meanwhile, black support for the Democrats has fallen by 14%. Among Hispanic voters, Donald Trump is seeing a rise among Latino men.
Wow. Like, why does Obama have a voice in any of this? Why is he still even into politics? Why isn't he retired? Why doesn't he just stay out and shut the fuck up? He's going to sit there and tell black men who they should vote for? That they're wrong and deceitful? if they vote for Trump? Who the hell is this piece of shit? Here's some comments on this video that it really, you know, shows, and people really agree that, you know, he is a piece of shit. This guy Mark says Barack Obama was the worst president in history. He doesn't care about America. He doesn't care about our nation. He's absolutely awful. He cares about money now. Exactly. All he cares about is that fucking paycheck. He don't give two shits about this country. He doesn't. Barack Obama is by far one of the worst U.S. presidents in history behind Sleepy Joe. That I can agree with. Because Joe, as bad as he is, he's just a mere puppet in this whole game. That's all it is. This one here says, they look stupid as hell standing up there letting him talk to them like they're little kids. Obama can get lost. President Donald Trump for president again 2024. We can't wait until Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Barack Obama is gone. Another person says Barack Obama ain't shit, never will be nothing but a pile of shit. Exactly. Let's see. If black people don't want to vote for Kamala Harris now, you know why. This piece of shit hasn't done anything for black people, and now trying to speak up, man, go back to your cave. Strong words, I will say. And they're strong, true words. Like, why is this motherfucker trying to come out and really say anything at all? Are you going to sit there and tell people, well, you're not black. You're not black. Oh, wait. That was Biden who said that. But I'm pretty sure, you know, Obama's the same fucking way. I did have another video, though, that I wanted to play so bad. I'm looking for it. I think I have it on Instagram. Maybe I have it on Facebook. I thought I had it on TikTok, but if I did have it on TikTok, it probably got taken down. But I'm looking right now for it. Because it's a good video. It really is. And it's one guy that was really pissed off at the fact that what Obama came out and did and said. So let me see here. I'm looking. Okay, it is not on Instagram. Maybe it's on Facebook. I don't see it. God, I wish another video. I wish I would have fucking saved. Oh well. But yeah, long story short, Barack Obama came out and said the inevitable. He's still a piece of shit. He always was a piece of shit. And that's how he's going to die. He's going to die a miserable piece of shit. Like, I just don't understand. Like, why would you, of all people, you got the worst one of them all. Of all fucking people, you got the worst one of them all. What was it? Did Harris come out and reach out to Obama and say, can you reach out to the black voters? They don't want to vote for me. They don't want to support me. Can you reach out to them? Here comes Big Daddy Obama. Okay, motherfuckers. 5 across the eyes. What the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, there's another one. Yeah. Who the fuck are you? You're not black. You don't want to vote for Kamala? What are y'all, reverse racist? You all need to fucking wake up and know who you're voting for. It's sickening. It's truly sickening. Like, you got all these Democrats that are fucking coming out and embarrassing themselves horribly. Horribly. They're embarrassing themselves. Harris is trying to kill her campaign in an instance. You got Obama that comes out and proves strongly that she's still the biggest piece of shit ever. Or he is. I really can't, words can't express. Let's go to a commercial break, guys. We'll be right back.
These people are trying to kill you.
See how they fled.
All right, now, that is it. We are even.
No.
Now we even.
Fled. Rated R. Starts Friday, July 19th.
Some people quit when they reach their threshold of pain. Some don't.
At Michelin, we believe a tire that's just good in the rain isn't good enough. Introducing the Michelin X1 with a 6-year, unlimited mileage tread life warranty. It gives you better wet traction than any rain tire and Michelin confidence in any driving condition. It has to, because the way we see it, you don't just cover a lot of miles. You cover a lot of weather. The Michelin X1.
This is for my grandfather, who always said I'd make the family proud. For my mom, who never let me out the door without my homework. For my dad, who worked the night shift to make our lives better.
Flight 3 Alpha. Spotted.
Title of our flags 3, ready to pick up to the right left.
And we're back. This was a hell of an episode, wasn't it, guys? Whew. I know there was so much more to cover, but only so much I can do in such short time. Yeah. But the show must come to an end at some point. So I would like to thank everybody who has been in here today, chatting away, my boy Hoyt. If you guys are rewatching this after it has gone live, I want to thank you guys for taking your time to listening to it. What are your guys' thoughts on today's topics? Let us know down in the comments section. The stream will also, you know what? I'm not going to take a chance and upload to TikTok, because TikTok has already flagged my video game stream yesterday for hateful behavior. I can't see how, but you know, we'll take a little bit, one day at a time. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. I hope you guys click that follow button, click that subscribe button, click that like button down below. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter, or if you're on Discord, you want to follow on Discord, links are all down in the description section or in the about section. If you guys wish to donate to the channel, if you guys want to donate at all, we have a donation down below as well. And I'm out of here, guys. So until next time, stay tuned in.
What we do here is go back.
Loud.